Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is TNG and today this may be the final episode of Magician's Cookbook. I'm a bit sad, but I'm sure in the future we may come back. In fact, we may do just to finish things off, possibly. But this, as far as I see it, this is the last ever episode of Magician's Cookbook. So I've gone in creative, and in this final episode, what we're going to do is we're going to finish little bits off of the castle, well, of this little tower and this tower area. What we're going to do is just going to add bits in, fill in the glowstone. I was going to do it legitly, but there's so much, there's so many holes I have to fill in there. And I want to add a lake, and I have to import all the buildings over that I want in this area, like the portal room and the little factory area we have, over to here, and then we're going to import it into Magic Evolved. So Magic Evolved is finished. It's ready to go. I'm just fixing some bugs at the moment, but the time this goes out, I'll probably be ready. I'll have a break, and then I'll probably be ready to go ahead. So yeah, this is the final episode. What we're going to do is we're just going to finish things off. Unfortunately, I can't have like a second view of me just watching up there, watching me build. Unfortunately, so it's just going to be a speed run more than rather than a time lapse. So unfortunately, but don't worry, I'll be speaking all the way through it, explaining what I'm doing, so it's fine. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the final episode of Magician's Cookbook. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so what we're going to do now, as you can see, what I'm doing first is I'm making sure that this stone brick is actually gravel. That's what I'm going to change it to, because I think gravel is a better path. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is the path I'm going to have. You know, it's going to be gravel. And then I'm just going to go around the sides of this building and just like put some stone brick down, just add it a bit more shape to the actual sides. I feel like the towers don't actually have that much decoration. At some point, another time, I'll go over the actual tower, maybe when we're actually in Magician's Cookbook, when we've actually got all the things ready. Maybe I'll go over it a second time and just like add bits and pieces, but for now, all what I do is just add the basic stuff so that when I import this in Magic Evolved and we found a decent place to put it, it'll look good, it'll look fine, and we'll be able to start. As you can see, what I'm doing is just adding a path around the actual tower itself. That's what I'm pretty much thinking of. I'm thinking like at some point, once everything's down and the new things are being added, what you'll see later is I'm going to add an extra area to, like, that'll be free so that we can actually put down special things. In a bit you'll see a cut in the actual video because I have to go back and you'll see a cut in the video because I've had to go in MC Edit and add the buildings that I want, you know, like the port room and stuff. And I think I mentioned that later, so it's fine. But you'll see that, you'll see like a cut. So I just that's what that's for. Near the front of the gate, so what I want to do is I want to add a like a board, an actual proper board where I can keep track of what I want to do next, because that's something I wasn't able to do in this Magician's Cookbook very well. I wasn't able to track where I was, and I kept getting distracted by other things, not making much progress. But I promise in this next series we'll make a lot of progress, because then we'll have a board that tells us pretty much what to do. The path isn't exactly even on the right side, and I fixed that after I finished recording, so you don't have to worry about it. As you can see here, I'm just adding a path like next to this thing. This whole area is going to be a lake, because I feel like a lake is nice to have. It would be nice when we're walking through these towers. Oh, there's a star. It'll be nice when we walk through the gates just to see a lake, and of course we can do something with that lake later maybe. I'm sure we can think of things to do with water, I'm sure. In any case, for now, what I'm doing is I'm adding a path next to it, a nice gravelly path, and so that we're able to walk around. I'm thinking of the. I don't add the dungeon in. And the reason for that is because I'm thinking maybe we can. Maybe have a dungeon. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the dungeon, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe in one of the towers on one of the sides. I'm not quite sure yet. That's why I didn't add it, because I wasn't quite sure where it was going to go. I didn't want it underneath the tower because the last thing I want is to hit zombies. I want it to be far away, which is why I want it in one of the towers. But for now we'll just have to leave it. So we won't have a dungeon for a while. There's another star. Don't worry about that. So I'm trying to perfect this lake pretty much. For some reason I was having difficulties. I kept trying to make it symmetrical for some reason, I'm not sure why. it's just some, I like it to look nice, and symmetry just isn't right for a lake, for a natural lake anyway. So I'm just going around it now with stone brick, just adding a little bit like a border, just to make it look a bit nice. Originally I was struggling to pick brick. I was originally gonna have what's it called, clay brick, some bricks at the side, but instead I went with stone brick because I knew that the fact is I'm always going to have stone brick because I'll always have cobblestone, and I'm going to keep the sort machine exactly the way it is. I'm going to rebuild it to the way it is now when it's in the new Magic Evolved, so it'll look quite cool. Essentially that the cobble will be converting back into stone brick anyway, so we'll have loads of stone brick in the next version too. That's why I want to keep the sorting machine the way it is now. As you can see, I'm adding a second layer to like how deep this lake is. I think I add another in a minute, because the lake isn't just one layer deep. It's, you know, a couple of layers. I think it's 3 layers deep I do it. So yeah. So once we got this lake done, I think I move on to adding like all the other like trees and adding little bits and pieces, pretty much. I think I go with an island because at some point I want an island to have a special type of. Oh yeah, there's me just making sure that there's like a corner on it. I don't really like it being straight. I'll probably do that on the other side eventually, near the end of the video. Here you go, as you can see. Just getting this perfectly right. There we go. So that's the lake essentially. Oh no, yeah, of course I do another layer like I said. I'm just going through it pretty much. It was quite nice on the little map at the side. You can sort of see it, the map. It looks quite cool. I was thinking, I think I do add an island. I definitely do add an island. And I attempt to do a bridge, a really quick bridge. It wasn't the best bridge, but you know, it was fairly quick to do. In that island, I'm thinking of having a, like, I'm not sure, like, I think, yeah, this is where I start doing the bridge. I think I add some kind of, like, originally I was thinking of adding like a graveyard for every time I die. I would add like a graveyard, but then I realised that, you know, that's not the best idea because I probably will be dying in the next series a lot. Maybe, I'm not sure. Depends. So I guess the island is just there just in case I, you know, want something in the water, or if I want something next to the water. Maybe if I want to go fishing, you know, maybe want to do a little bit of fishing. So that's probably why I have the island there, which is more nice to have. The tower, again, I think I am gonna, inside the tower there's like 4 rooms, and they're all blank rooms. So what we're going to do in those blank rooms is they're all going to do with magic. When I import all the buildings later, each building's going to have a specific thing. So obviously we've got a sorting machine, we've got the main area which is going to have nothing in it. So everything's going to have nothing in it when we go into Magic Evolved. So we are starting. If you guys are worried that we might not be starting again, you know, this is a new series, why aren't we starting completely again? We actually are. We're not going to have any ores, we're not going to have any kind of pipes, we're going to have to set that up again. We're not going to have any kind of materials whatsoever, so we're going to have to start doing quarrying, and we're going to have to start doing other stuff. Some minions maybe. We're going to have to start going through everything. Oh, another start. We're going to have to do everything again, essentially. Here's me adding a rock, just to add a little bit of, you know, epicness. Of course it didn't work out and I ended up getting rid of it later. Yeah, I pretty much wanted this series, the next series, to be pretty cool, pretty epic. I think I add logs here because it looks a little bit better. Yeah, I do. Add a little bit of like supports to the logs. There you go. Yeah. Ooh. And there's a bit of dirt there, and there we go. That's that little bridge done for now, and that'll do. There you go. A little bit of fence around it, and there we go. Okay. So I'll leave that. I try and mess around with a couple of trees, and it just didn't work. The trees just didn't look right. I was trying to make that a really large tree so that it wouldn't hang over everything. It won't work later because when I import the building, I want it to hang over the lake. just like the building was, the main building was in, you know, our old building. It had that area that was hanging over like that river. I wanted this to hang over the lake, so in the end a big tree wouldn't work, so I eventually get rid of the trees. I change that later. Here's me adding a couple of trees around. Adding some of these flowers. I had to get rid of these flowers because they're not going to be in the next version. Anything that could cause any kind of crashes I'm getting rid of. So anything that's not from this mod pack, I'm getting rid of pretty much. So these plants that glow. That's that. Okay, so I've imported everything here. This is after I've imported everything. I'm just fixing up everything. Get rid of these supports and get rid of these like annoying wooden planks. I have to get rid of all the grass that I've imported over that isn't the same height. I'm adding all these slabs in to make it all even. Making sure everything's good. I think eventually I'm going to open the sides of that building up, and then connect it to the paths that I'm going to connect it that are going to be all around the building. The reason I haven't right now is because it just wouldn't work. Here's me making sure, like, adding a bit of extra area to the lake because there just wasn't much room. So here's me adding the extra area. There we go. So and now I think I've finished the I make a turning point here because I wanted it to look a little bit different rather than just like a crossroad almost thing. There we go. Yeah, eventually that doorway, that wall's going to be opened up, so that whole area is going to be opened up. It's possible I may turn that building into some kind of like crafting area. Alright, so this area I'm going to have a where this path's leading up to. I'm going to have that as like a mine shaft going all the way to diamond level, and that's where our mine shaft's going to be, pretty much. It's going to be quite a traditional mine shaft because I do like traditional mine shafts. I like the good old day mine shafts rather than quarrying and large holes, because it just doesn't look neat to me. It doesn't look very nice to look at. There's me filling these walls that I've imported wrong. I had to refill all this with water because it just all disappeared when I imported it. So this is me doing that. All the portals are broken, all from all the like portal rooms and things. The items are still in the chest, but obviously I've got to get rid of them. I've decided to get rid of all the beds and things in here because I want like a proper mansion type thing in this area, possibly. Again, this is all for another time, you know, sort of decided. Here's me just sort of making sure I've got everything sorted, make sure everything looks quite cool, everything looks even. I'm just doing these sides to make sure it all looks good. So as you can see here, my portal's broken and this book doesn't actually work, so I have to just break it and destroy it. Get rid of the rain. That didn't work, so I didn't pour it properly. So I think I add glowstone at the bottom of these just to like light it up. At the bottom, yeah, I do. So as you can see, I'm adding glowstone at the bottom, just to make it look a little bit lighter. Here's the portal room anyway, so as you can imagine, I don't have a stairway anymore, so I have to get rid of that. I don't have a staircase leading up to that room, so I got rid of that. Here's me destroying the books, because that one's floating, glitched out. That one's glitched out, and that one's glitched out, and that one's glitched out. So now I have to get rid of all these. The portals are definitely broken. I put stone there just so I can remember where the positions of these portals will be in the next version when I start Mistcraft again. So everything's going to be starting again legitly, completely legitly. The only reason I'm doing this building is because I want it. I don't want to spend ages just building a house or another castle or anything like that. I know I simply don't have the time to do that. So I hope you guys understand why I'm not complete. It's legitly. I'm getting all the materials legitly, and I'm restarting everything again. It's just this building, this tower in this area. I pretty much, you know, there was no way I could possibly make this again, legitly, because it'd just be too much time. It would take too much time to do. Here's me just adding a little bit more, adding some of this. I'm thinking, like, in the next version, what I'm thinking is inside the pass is me going over the walls with glowstone, filling these holes in. I'm thinking in the next version of in Magic Evolved, I'm thinking the paths will have glowstone in them, like in the middle of them, because it's free size. It's a size 3, 3 blocks over. In the center, I might put glowstone, just so we can see where we're going, pretty much. Here's me just filling in all the walls. There we go. I think this is actually a better way of showing you when I'm building rather than anything else. Although this has taken a whole episode to show you, I think this is better to show you this than rather just skip ahead and you not knowing what's actually happening behind scenes. This is pretty much what happens behind scenes when I'm changing stuff. I have to spend a lot of time just building and making sure this is all done. This overall, me changing everything, this overall took about like 40 to 50 minutes, maybe even an hour. But I've cut it down to like, what, 14 minutes or something like that. I don't know how long this was. I don't know, it's much shorter than anything else, which is good. I prefer it being shorter. So here's me doing some finishing touches, make sure everything's alright. I think the last thing I do is just fill in all the little bits of paths, and then add in all these trees and the grass, make it look nice, pretty much. Oops, and I fill in that, try again, I'll do. Alright, so there's me filling in a bit more grass, make sure getting rid of those little plants from a different mod pack. There we go. Yeah, so again, this area is going to be where the mine shaft is going to be. This on the right, you can see that I've got lots and lots of area. Here's me thinking if I should add an actual tree, and adding another, thinking if I should add another path. So this area is going to be completely. This area is going to be where I'm thinking farms are going to be, because I want like an actual farm rather than just living off food and rotten flesh all the time. When we're fighting bosses, the last thing I want is to just eat flesh and just slowly regenerate. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed. This was me just like remodeling, adding all these buildings. In MC Edit I started putting all these buildings in, and then I went around and started putting trees around, as you saw. I've put a couple more trees around just to make it a little bit nicer, but as you can see, this place is starting to take shape. That whole area is going to be for the new stuff in the new mod pack, which I've planned. Obviously we've got the port room here, we've got this sorting machine area for all the chests, and then we have this main building here, which what we're going to actually do is I'm going to use that for other stuff. I'm not sure yet. It depends what mods I find like quite useful for these floors. And then this room over here is probably going to have, I might keep it to the I might keep it to other stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. But in any case, this main tower is going to have all the magic stuff, and this is going to have everything else essentially. So yeah, what we're going to have there, I'll go over that in the new mod pack on the other side. What's going to be over there? In any case, yeah, we're not doing the Twilight Forest because that's going to be in the mod pack. So in the next mod pack, so there's no point in doing it now. We might as well do it all in the next mod pack. I think it'll be better for us. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to take a break now from both Magician's Cookbook now, because that's finished, and I'm going to take a break before we actually do Magic Evolved. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So I'm just going to open this door, see what it's like in here. Oh, this is not a deadly area, because I don't think I can stay in the other area. 500 for this door. Any ammo? No ammo? Really? Nothing else? What's this?